Good morning. My name is Mizyl Eulogy, the eldest of 5 children, and I'm here to talk about the celebration of a mother's life. I regret for not being there in the Philippines to deliver this eulogy live. I wasn't even sure if I could do it, but she always taught me to be strong despite of what I'm enduring, and it's a great honor to deliver my mother's eulogy. I want to thank everyone for attending this funeral, whether it's live or virtual. The family is humbled by the outpouring of love for our mother and support for our family from all over the United States, the Philippines, and the world. She was loved by so many, and her sudden death has left us all in shock. She was so full of life and energy. Traveling was one of her favorite hobbies, along with shopping, especially if I could buy it for her. What I would give to hear her say one more time, "Em, can I use your points for my hotel?" She was a young 75-year-old. I don't understand why she was taken so quickly from us. This, I know, was one of life's greatest mysteries, but at least she is in peace and no longer suffering as in the last week of her life being in the hospital. She was born in Cebu, Philippines, July 24th, 1944, to my grandfather, Valeriano Somoso, and my grandmother, Rafaela Gono. She later moved to Davao, Mindanao, where she grew up with the rest of her 4 siblings, my Auntie Nancy and Uncle George, who also are no longer here with us. But she is survived by my Auntie Bibi, Lactogen, and my Uncle Clement. My parents, for the first time, met in Mountain View College, where my father was the president of the Student Association, and my mother was just a senior in high school. She then entered Southwestern University College of Medicine in Cebu, my alma mater also. Here was where she became a doctor. My parents married in 1970, and I was born in December of that year. They settled in Davao at that time, and she gave birth to my sister Mimi in July 1973. She adopted my brother George, who was a nephew of her brother. She was always that way, helping out any way she can, especially her loved ones. My parents came to the U.S. in 1974 with a dream to make it in America. They only had $150 in their pocket, and somehow that got lost. So my Mama Ribi had to wire them $50 so they can make it to Loma Linda. They settled in Los Angeles and had 2 more children, Ami and Mike Lord. She became a family practice physician and held several positions, including working in the Guam SDA clinic and the California State Prison System. She eventually retired and went back to the Philippines to live her last days. We all really want to be there in Anita to support our dad. I'm just thankful that at least my brothers could be there despite of the quarantine. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for her. She taught me the value of hard work and to always put my family first. She paid for my education and took care of my daughter when I went to residency so I could be a doctor just like her. I know my parents, they would do anything for us, especially my mom. The last time she visited me was in 2018 in Florida. I showed her my sunglass collection. I told her, "Mom, pick one." Of course, she picks my favorite pair, but that's okay. She taught me that these are just things and that all our true treasures are up in heaven. What I'd give right now to have her around and look through my things again and get whatever designer bag that she wants. These were the things she would never allow herself to have because she gave everything to her children so we could all have a good Christian education. This left an impression in me that no matter what we go through in our lives, God will always be there and we always have to rely on Him, especially at this time. As we know, my mom was not the type to sugarcoat things. Her honesty and directness is what made her who she was. She was never afraid to speak her mind. People did fear her, but they also loved her at the same time, and so did her children. And I have to say, I am a success because of that. She never wavered in her faith for the Lord, even when the family went through tough times. She always used prayer to carry her through the challenges of life. She relied on God for everything, including her last wish. She told my dad to pray for a miracle. However, God called her home. Perhaps the miracle is not in surviving her illness, but in how we have come together in this difficult time, and perhaps we can make a service work with the challenges of COVID. So my family asks that we not mourn her loss, but we celebrate her life and celebrate who she was to each and every one of us here. A wife, a mother, an aunt, a cousin, and a best friend. She not only cared for her children, but she was so generous to so many Filipino immigrants who came to the United States with nothing, and she housed them and helped them set up their lives here in the U.S. I know many watching are probably one of those people that she helped. She also set up a school in the Philippines, and that her legacy lives on, and many are educated because of her. I only hope to be as generous and helpful as she was. Mom, I miss you so much. Thank you for supporting me so I can go to school and be a doctor. Thank you for the best moments with Michaela. There were still so many trips and shopping sprees that we were supposed to go to, and I'll never understand why you were taken away so suddenly in your prime. I was so impressed that in our trip to Disney, I was so worried that I was going to wear you out, but you were so strong. You kept going. You were just so happy to be there and spend time with your daughter and granddaughter. You were never cowboy. Thank you for your faithfulness to God. And I know you tell me right now to trust in God's wisdom and mercy. So I don't want to say goodbye, but I will see you again. Your children and husband will see you again. Your friends, family, and loved ones will see you again. Love you so much. You'll always be in me and Michaela's heart, but most of all, in Dad's heart, and in your children's heart, and everybody here that is here to celebrate your life. We love you. We're gonna miss you. Thank you.